I am out on Lake Toho this morning with Brian and Frank from South Carolina, right, Brian? Yep. From South Carolina. I just got back from Lake Champlain a couple days ago. Unfortunately, I did no videoing the whole time I was up there. I just got my brand new boat, my brand new Ranger. This is I think my first time filming on it. All rigged out. Got it the week before I left for Champlain and had to get it all broken in, everything rigged. Went up to Champlain. That lake's a rough lake. Had a decent first day in the Bassmasters Eastern and a really bad second day, which has kind of been my forte this year. Can't put 2 days together in a row. But today I am on Lake Toho again, as usual.
Oh, here we go.
And Frank. Oh, Frank. We could have had a really good opening. I'm sitting here running my mouth, and he sticks a 3-pounder, and it jumps. Look at the camera. He missed it. Anyway, we're on Lake Toho. We're on a shell bed. We're gonna fish some bluegill beds later, some brush piles. Throwing a big 8-inch trick worm right now, so stay tuned, and hopefully we'll catch a bunch of big fish. See you. Got one?
Yep. They're schooling right in front.
Yeah. Small one? It's not big. He threw something out of his mouth. I thought it was a worm getting thrown off. It's not as big as the one you lost.
No. He's been caught before though.
Has he?
Yeah. Ah.
Number one. It's a 6-pounder.
Yeah.
Looks small because Frank's 7 foot tall.
That barb got me. The hook.
Oh yeah.
That's out there. I couldn't even tell that.
Got one?
Yeah. I didn't feel the bite. I just saw it kind of moving over.
Were you just waiting for him to catch one?
Yeah. That was the play.
He's been up here shaking them off. Uh-oh, somebody's is bigger.
Had more bite.
Let me see.
Might be a little deeper than I
Number 2. Sometimes there's not a lot of big fish sometimes on these shell beds, but then all of a sudden I've caught 9 pounders, 8-pounders on these shell beds.
All right.
Number 1. Go back swimming. Fix that worm. It's a little bit different with this screw and bullet weight that I like to use. There we go. Number 2. You come back and get it. There you go.
Yeah.
They'll usually, it might feel like they dropped it, and maybe he did, but sometimes they just hit it and kind of come at you a little bit. Another baby. A baby bass. They'll get bigger. Got it?
Yeah. You can call it.
Catch and release works. There.
Oh.
A little one though. Way out at the end of my cast.
Don't let Frank do the pre-IB program.
Oh yeah?
He'll tell you it was awful. Yeah.
Look, they're coughing up shad. That's the second one. See that shad floating right there? They're kind of small, but they're bigger than the shad that were in here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. The first nest in your reels too. Special that one.
Just a little. So we only have 85-degree water temperatures, which to a lot of people that might watch this video is warm, but by Florida standards, 85 for the first week in August is really cool. I've seen 97, 98-degree water temperatures on this lake in August. And it gets really tough when it's like that. But they've for Florida, for being August, these fish are more active than they generally are. Told you they were right here. That's what I want them to do in tournaments. In tournaments, they just dig and they're stripping out drag and they're always barely hooked. Getting it? See? Oh, it's down there a little bit.
Yeah. My fingers are just too fat to get there.
There we go. Just another one. They'll get bigger. Need a new worm?
I'm probably close.
Oh, I didn't even know you had one. It seems like
Quiet that way.
you're kind of faking that you don't fish very much, because you kind of, it's like you kind of wait for him to catch one. What is that?
15 years?
Oh, I don't have the dang light turned on. The battery ran out already. See how quick, how quick those batteries run out? Forgot I gotta turn the power on. See if they will hit topwater here. You basically have to like land on them. There's one. A bait I bought just for catching fish on Lake Champlain. I never caught a fish on it in Champlain, and I cast it twice here and catch it. Figures. Yeah, one of the trips I did before I left, the guy wanted to fish. He's like, I don't really care what we catch, I just want to fish topwater. And we came out here and they were schooling like this, and I think we caught 3. So that is one of those evergreen SB 105s. Scott Martin told me to buy it for Champlain, which he wasn't wrong, but you also have to throw them. Bluegill beds. Big old group of bluegill beds. Right where my waypoint is. Yep. You have to be idling though for that to be accurate. Because it's not shooting out at like a cone like your down imaging or your regular 2D would be. It's shooting just a thin line, so it has to be going over, it has to draw whatever it's going over. Same deal, worm, that's all I can catch them on here. You won't really see fish blowing up here, they're just down there. But this is where we had probably 7 or 8 fish over 4 pounds out here yesterday. That was all with live bait, but they're here. We actually caught bigger fish. I've caught bigger fish here on artificial than I have on live bait. Did it bite?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, he's swimming to the right. Got him. Better?
Yeah.
Small. Is that your first cast?
Yeah.
Might as well move. Cast on a new spot, and he catches one. They swallow it. They will eat it a little quicker out here for some reason.
Yeah, he swallowed it.
Good job. I'm an amateur fish surgeon. Just got to get in there, way down there. Turn the hook upside down if you can through his gill plate, and usually it will pop out. He's bleeding.
That's impressive.
Get some more warm.
Get that out.
You gotta have good for. These are just like Rapala. They're like 15 bucks at Bass Pro Shops, and they have scissors on them, which is nice. They don't bend. A lot of forceps, when you start doing that, the tips of them will bend because it's cheap metal. But for 15 bucks, these are. Fed several pair of these. Need a new worm? That's a fish. What a weird bite that was. Jump! Jump! There we go. I think, see, I started here yesterday and the wind was blowing out of the north. So we were live bait fishing. We were kind of sitting up that way and throwing down on the bluegill beds. And I think the bait out there, the shiners constantly being put out there, kept them out on the bluegill beds. But generally this bluegill bed deal, a lot of times it's a morning bite. And we kind of did our morning bite deal at the shell bed. And I moved us up a little bit here to this underwater grass line. It's not a real thick grass line, it's just kind of scattered. And it's just starting to grow in, which makes a little sense that they might be out here on these bluegill beds, and then as that sun pops up, kind of file back in there. We'll see. Or I just caught one random fish. Who knows? If we keep catching them, it'll sound like I'm really smart. Oh, come out of that brush. There you go, there you go, there you come out.
All the way to the boat.
Never mind.
He's coming all the way in. All the way in.
Did you feel him down that brush though?
Yeah.
I thought he was big. Just another one. We're catching a lot of just another ones today.
Oh, that's a good one, huh?
Is it?
Yeah.
I saw you get on point there and get real quiet.
I saw it running.
I didn't want to
tug again.
I didn't want to say anything to mess you up.
I thought it was huge for a second.
Yeah, he just had you down that brush. See ya.
Disappointing. Yeah.
You want to try a different kind of worm?
Sure.
I mean, it's a weird little deal, but let's see if it'll hit it, because they're not really hitting much of anything. It's the same weight and everything though. You're gonna think it's dumb, but it works. It's a speed worm. I'm sure a 5-year-old came up with this by accident.
Fish it any differently?
Yes.
How am I fishing it?
I'll show you.
Alright.
I told you it's stupid. So basically you take this thing, you throw it out there, and you do this.
Just drag it through?
And just reel it in. Just pull it through the grass. You just reel it like this.
Okay.
And then you'll just feel them come up and tag it and stop, let them eat it. And I don't know why they hit it.
So if I feel bump,
Yeah.
stop.
And this is just, don't reel it too fast. You want it to stand in the water. but you just do this, and they hit it. But they love it in scattered hydrilla because it's kind of a reaction bite. That's all it does coming through the water, though.
Okay. Well, give it a go.
First time I saw somebody doing that, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" They figured that out by accident.
Did you catch something?
You had to get it through. You got one on the speed worm? No. Nice. Speed worm. You didn't think anything was gonna hit that, did you?
Actually, switch.
The old speed worm. Rig it just like that worm.
So anyways, you catch anything on that pond, you have to...
Oh, you see that? About a 12-inch bass leaped about 2 feet out of the water. We're about done fishing today. We lost our wind and it got really hot like it does here in Florida. I don't know how many fish we caught today. Kind of slowed down in the afternoon. We had a couple good fish on, but he didn't want anybody to see them, so he jumped them off right at the boat. Not happy about it. But we caught them on a shell bed early this morning. Most of them on just a Texas rig trick worm, like normal. Caught one on top water because I only threw it once, apparently. Then we went to some offshore bluegill beds and caught a couple there right off the bat. And then it's kind of slowed down since then. A couple on a brush pile or a fish attractor, and now we're just on a scattered hydrilla bed with a bunch of scattered bluegill beds in the area. And there's a ton of shad in here, and we've just caught a couple. Speed worm, fluke, Texas rig worm. I did lose one on a frog. Is that about it? That all we caught them on? Yep. Well, we had a good time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, share it, and we'll see you next time.